Definition of opposite. Opposite in lexical semantics is word lying in infriendly, incompatible binary relationship. In a brief explanation, opposite is a word that means of other related word. Opposite doesn't only have an absolute meaning, it can imply different meaning by any provided context. Example, the opposite of father is mother because father and mother simply means parents, but in different gender. In another opposition, we could easily say that son is the opposite of father. So it is opposite in a different way, namely that the parenthood relationship is reversed. It works on another context too. Types of opposite. The first is antonym. Antonym is words which are opposite in meaning, consistent gradable adjective. For example, big, small, man, and woman. Based on the example, big is the unmarked, when small is the negative. This sort of adjective are called gradable because many gradation are possible when they are modified by adverb of degree or compare with comparative as below. First is very, quite, rather or pretty, somewhat, sort of, not so, and hardly. The second is complementary. Complementary is similar to antonym, but in an ungradable way. The structure of the meaning of this ungradable adjective is very simple. Example, of, and on, dead, alive, married, single, male, and female. Unlike the antonyms, although we know that these ungradable binary pairs differ in meaning by a negative, it's usually hard to know which words are more basic. That is, we cannot be sure which is correct. And the third is antonymous groups. Not all antonyms come in binary pairs. They may also form mutually exclusive sets like the colors. For example, when we say this is green, it means it is not yellow or blue or any other basic colors. The same is true of every other color on that level. So together, they form an antonymous group to use any one of them to includes all the others of the group. The pairing can be different from one to another. For example, when we talk about light, the opposite of bright is dim. But when it comes to talk about rooms, we use dark. And subject when talking about colors, but it doesn't mean that three choice above is ambiguous.
4. Negative prefix. It is prefix which carry a negative meaning, not on the opposite of. For example, charge and discharge, responsible and irresponsible. There are many negative prefix. There are this, ill, in, ir, and usual and unusual, fashion and impassion. Negation in sentence. Negation is the process of making a sentence negative, usually by adding negative particle within the structure. There are two types of negation. There are external negation and narrow negation. The part of the meaning to which is negative element apply is called scope, and the rest of the sentence is presupposed. For example, he gave it to no one. We have no banana, and he doesn't think she'll come.
So the next is double negation in sentence. In double negation, it applies logical negation, which means negation of negative makes positive. For example, he is not unhappy. It means that he is happy. And then it is not illegal. It means that it is not illegal. The not unhappy, like the first example, means vaguely happy but not enough to be called happy. It also applies to the second example. And then there is contraries and contradictionaries as the last material. It is basically different forms of opposition that can obtain between two categorical propositions or statements formed from the same terms. Contraries are pairs or proportions in which both cannot be true, but both can be false. A statement and e-statements are contraries. Contradictionaries are pairs of propositions in which both cannot be true and both cannot be false. That's it. I think that's it from our group about what is it called? About opposition and negative. I hope you enjoy our presentation and see you.